Now that we've covered the information that is germane to all of the courses, that is the information in the syllabi, let's go ahead and cover syllabi information that is germane only to IS115. IS115 is called Introduction to Programming, and in this class you're going to learn a little bit about programming computers. Okay, we have two sections that we're offering. One of them is an online section, section 1001, and then we have an in-class section, section 4001. Here on this particular page is a link to a hard copy of the syllabus. Now this is known as an abridged copy because it doesn't have every single thing that you will find in the syllabus web pages therein. Okay, it only has the absolute minimum that the college requires that we put in our syllabi. So you can download this and have a look at this, and bear in mind that this is a living document, that this document is going to change. Okay, the syllabus is tentative and subject to change as deemed appropriate by the instructor with advanced notification. Notification will be provided in class or in Canvas. Changes to the syllabus occur when the current state of the syllabus or course schedule contained therein becomes incongruent with the outcome goals for the course. Basically what this means is if the students decide, in the course, decide that, what, the schedule is not working for us, we're not getting the information, or we need a little extra time to get that information, or whatever, is there a chance, Dave, that you could make a change in due dates and what have you? And the answer to that is yes, there is definitely a chance. If it isn't going to prevent us from completing all the course objectives in the class, we definitely can change this around. Now, it's really, really important that you realize that for those of you who don't want the change, this does not mean that you're going to be compelled to follow a new set of rules. If you would like to adhere to the previous or the old syllabus guidelines, you're welcome to. Okay, so like the general portion of the syllabi, we also have, or the syllabus, we also have these little sections that we can click on. The final exam section will be populated with information at final exam time so that you know what you need to do to get your final exam taken. The course description. As one of the first steps to learning programming, this course introduces you to problem solving and algorithm development using a modern programming language. In this case, the language is called Python, and we'll give you a little more on that in a minute. The prerequisites to this course are that you should have basic computer skills, which come from IS101. Okay, so you should have taken IS101, be very beneficial. This has to do with file management, has to do with being able to produce documents using spreadsheets and all of that kind of stuff. And of course, understanding a little bit of the hardware on the computer. You also have to have Math 095, which is beginning algebra. That means you need to know how to work with, say a squared plus b squared equals c squared. You need to know how to use a formula. You need to be familiar with things like maybe the Pythagorean theorem, okay? If you're not, we will reacquaint you with that information. But the key is that you have taken Math 095. The learning outcomes, or the learning objectives, you will be able to describe computer hardware and an operating system, which pretty much many of you can already do that. You'll be able to develop algorithms in terms of pseudocode and flowcharts. All right, we'll talk to you how to create pseudocode, which is code that looks kind of like a programming language, but really isn't. And flowcharts basically are diagrams on how your program is going to run. We'll show you how to do all that. You're going to design and code programs that process user input and output, okay? They're going to be pretty simple programs. They're not going to be super complicated. You're going to design and code programs that use basic arithmetic operations, such as add, subtract, multiply, and divide. And you're going to group these little tiny operations together into functions that can do more than just simply add, subtract, multiply, and divide. And once again, I will provide you with everything that you need to pull that off. You're going to be designing and coding programs using if statements and looping statements such as the while loop and the for loop, which you're going to learn, again, a lot more later on. You're going to understand the paradigm of structured programming and object-oriented concepts of programming. And you're going to understand array concepts when you're done with the course. The textbook that we're using in here is Prelude to Programming, 6th edition. Some of you guys have been getting earlier editions and trying to bring them in class and use them. It doesn't work. Last semester, we had students who were handing in the wrong assignments because they were using the wrong edition of the book. So you must use this edition, all right? The texts were chosen for pricing, availability, and content, okay? And I think we've talked about academic dishonesty already. Please see the section in the main syllabus page. Here, I've included the PowerPoint slides for all of the chapters of the book and special additional ones that I have created that might help you to wrap your head around what's going on, okay? They're actually pretty interesting. Software requirements. In this class, you're going to be using Python 3.something. I don't know what release of Python is available right now, what the latest and greatest is, but you'll be downloading it. And if you click on this link here, it will open up a page that will take you to the Python page, 3.4.1 still, all right? And you can go ahead and download this critter from this page. It gives you the resources. Here's the download. Here are the files themselves that you actually download, etc. Okay? If you have problems getting the download to happen, let me know, and I'll certainly help you get through that. Here I have a section called Fun with Python, the higher level programming language for this course. In here I have provided you with some links to learning Python, some tutorial resources, how to use Python to some degree, all right? How you download Python, etc. Let me go ahead and read this section here to you though, because it's really important. Part of the purpose of this course is to help you develop the skills necessary to research a higher level language. Python is the language that we will be researching. You may have noted that we don't use a Python textbook, even though we included an optional one that you can purchase if you wish. You don't have to. There's a lot of stuff online that is not required, or I'm sorry, that's out there, so the text is not required. There are two key reasons for the omission of a text in Python. First, you need to learn how to obtain information on a programming language by searching through the web. And second, languages change so quickly that by the time a textbook is printed on a particular language, the material that you're reading is likely going to be obsolete. So here's the strategy. When you get a Python assignment, see if you can figure out how to complete it by searching for information on the web. Don't spend too much time on the research, okay? Maybe don't spend more than an hour, maybe, all right? If you can't find out how, then email me and I will give you the clues. Either I will supply you with a Google keyword that you can use so that you can do a search again, or I will provide you with the Python code. As necessary and time permitting, I will post video lectures to help you with this, okay? And you're going to find through the course of the semester there are a lot of lectures on Python in here. Although many will not like this approach because it's a bit of work to pull off, many of you in the past, I've had past students come to me who have given me high praise for forcing them to learn this whole process. It ends up basically saving your bacon in your higher level language courses. You may only be getting an associate's degree from CSN and then going out into the workforce. Some of you folks are going to move on to getting a bachelor's degree, or even have aspirations for a master's. Knowing how to do what we're going to be learning in terms of researching a programming language is absolutely necessary. It is the cat's meow, and it will save your bacon both academically and at work. So the grades, homework, that is your programming assignments, will be 70% of the grade. Exams will be 30% of the grade. The way that you submit your homework is going to be through Canvas, all right? It is really, really, really important that you follow the naming conventions that I say. Carefully read and follow the directions below for submitting your assignments. Reading and following those directions is part of the assignment. If you do not carefully follow these directions, one, you will lose points in the range of maybe none at all to all of them on your assignment, and two, you will delay getting the grade for your work. Failure to correctly name the folder that contains your files, as well as the files within the folder, will result in a 0 grade. It's very important that you realize that. So submitted programs must run to earn my credit as well. Okay, so they need to run and they need to be named correctly. Follow the directions that are right down here. Okay, before you submit your problem, create a new folder and name the folder as follows. Use your last name, use an underscore, and then your first name, an underscore, the letter A for assignment, and then put in the assignment number that was listed in Canvas. Don't forget the underscores, okay? For example, and I gave you an example, the program files themselves, if you want to, you don't have to put in your first name. As long as those program files are inside the folder, you can just simply call it Broderson underscore, and I used a hyphen here, but you can use a hyphen or an underscore, it doesn't matter to me, and a1.rap, and a Python assignment might be named Broderson-a1.py. Really important that you follow this convention. So why am I such a stickler on this? Well, number one, it teaches you to follow directions. And since you're programming a computer, you have to learn how to do things exactly right, or the computer's going to do it wrong. Number two, when I download these files, they're going to go into a zip file, and when they unpack, they're going to go into a folder, and if any of those files have the same names, they're going to overwrite each other, and people are not going to get credit for their work. Okay, so you need to be sure and name them correctly so that everybody gets credit. Also, only zip files will be accepted. Use only zip files. So let's go ahead and close this down. Let's see what I have in the video section. There are some videos that are in here. There are also more videos in Canvas. A lot more videos are sitting in Canvas. The course schedule is in Canvas. You can go there to look at the course schedule. And there is a thing called regular expression. So there you are. Hopefully you'll be able to make sense of what I just covered, and hopefully it'll help you with the IS115 portion of the syllabus. With that, I will say happy coding.